Welcome to another episode of Bargain Bin Saturdays. And I'll be honest, I haven't even written a script for this week's episode. Mostly because I don't want to really spend that much time talking about the Fairy King of R. The movie's just very, very boring to me. Yes, it has a good message about not being cruel to people and accepting them if they're different. I guess you could say there's an underlying message about getting rid of racism. And while the message is good, the movie is just so boring. It's so monotonously slow, and there's so little actually happening on the screen. It doesn't help that our two star leads here are basically the kids, and kid actors are terrible. I mean, I don't want to be mean to them, I guess, but child actors are never that good. And it doesn't help they're in a movie where there's barely anything going on. I mean, they spend most of the movie talking about how they have to save the fairies. But the only thing that they have to do to save the fairies is to dig a hole in the ground to connect to where the fairies have been buried by a giant, because this story is based on a legend about the formation of the Isle of Man. So I guess it's nice that they tie the movie into a myth from Ireland. But even if the message is good, the movie itself is just so slow and monotonous. And yes, I realize I'm repeating myself, but it bears repeating because this movie is like that the entire time. It's like an hour and a half of my life is just wasted watching people talk on a movie screen, but not actually doing anything in it. I mean, I guess there's also some sort of subplot about the kid's father being sick and how only the Fairy King can cure him. But it's not an interesting plot line. I mean, not really. Especially since they never really... Well, they show him in serious danger of dying, but you never really feel it because he doesn't do a very good performance of acting all that sick most of the time. Will I recommend The Fairy King of R? No. I mean, just no. The story's killed by horrible pacing. The visual effects aren't very good. In fact, they're laughably bad in most places. The acting is crap for the most part. I mean, I don't want to be mean to the kids, but let's face it, kid actors just aren't very good, and they aren't the exception to this rule. And while the message is good, like I've said before, it's surrounded by so much crap you're not going to care about the message. And that's really all I have to say about this movie. I guess I would have been more thankful if I had gotten this over with in under 30 seconds, but hey, I can't be brief without a script, I guess.